Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Daily Motion. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Sunday, January 18th, 2015, in a rainy Billerica, Massachusetts, around 8:27 p.m. It's about 50 degrees, and it's starting to rain like crazy, and snow's being melted by the warm air. Some news to report. The Seattle Seahawks beat the Green Bay Packers by a score of 28-22 in overtime to win the NFC Championship and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl for the second straight year. The New England Patriots are up 17-7 at halftime against the Colts. And Max Scherzer is on the verge of signing a 7-year contract with either Nationals or Mystery Team. We'll keep you posted on that. And that's about it on that. My third and final video blog subject of the night is my personality profile, which returns for 2 days. During the series, I'm doing the Royal Rumbles, the top 10 list, and personality profiles are alternating 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days. And this personality profile is about Fox Sports announcer Kenny Albert. Kenny Albert has been announcing games for Fox since its interception into the sports world in 1994, and Kenny Albert's part of a legendary sports broadcasting family. His father, Marv Albert, is a legend in sports broadcasting. Kenny was born in New York City, and he got interested in sports broadcasting in a very young age. When he was 5 years old, his parents bought him a tape recorder to tape him calling games, recreating games on the age of 5. And when he was 6 years old, he went to the Rangers game with his father, Marv, who was calling the Rangers games on the radio, and he got to learn how to do stats and stuff for the Rangers games. In fact, when he was 11, he filled in one night to do the radio statistician for the Rangers. And at age 16, he worked for the Rangers as a statistician and also wrote some content for the programmings. And he also was a writer for like sports, high school sports, in high school for several newspapers in the New York City area covering high school sports. Kenny went to NYU University, and he graduated in 1990 with a degree in broadcasting and journalism because he wrote for the school newspaper on sports. And he got his first broadcasting gig on the radio for WNY as a sports reporter. And then in 1991, Kenny got his first play-by-play job calling hockey games for the radio on the old Baltimore Skipjacks hockey team in the American Hockey League. The next year, Kenny Albert was signed to be either play-by-play announcer of the Washington Capitals on Home Team Sports Network, which was the former regional network of the Washington Capitals, Washington Wizards, and Baltimore Orioles that morphed into Fox Sports, Comcast Sports Mid-Atlantic. And then Kenny was doing some play-by-play of NHL games on ESPN2 for 2 years. In 1994, Kenny Albert signed with Fox Sports, and he was the NFL. He signed on to be an NFL announcer. He worked his way up from like a regional announcer to the number 2 play-by-play position for about 7 years. He got to call one NFC divisional playoff series. He was usually partnered with Darryl Johnson, who was nicknamed the Moose, and also Kenny Albert's done play-by-play for the NHL on Fox when they had the coverage, and also Major League Baseball games for Fox. And also Kenny Albert did some college basketball games for ESPN Plus and the radio. And in the mid 2000s, Kenny signed on to become the Rangers radio play-by-play announcer, and he still holds that job to to this day. And once in a while, Kenny fills in for Mike Breen doing the New York Knicks games on MSG Network. And Kenny Albert has done 4 Winter Olympic Games calling the hockey action for both men's and women's. And Kenny is still going strong. He's the only sports announcer right now to cover all 4 professional major sports. He covers the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, and NHL. And for the past few years, Kenny Albert's been the second play-by-play announcer for the NHL on NBC, and he does some playoff games for them. And this past year, he got to do a Stanley Cup Finals games when Mike Emrick was feeling under the weather. And I wouldn't be surprised within the next few years that Kenny Albert is the #1 play-by-play announcer for the NHL on NBC when Mike Emrick retires. Kenny probably will have to quit Fox to become the #1 play-by-play announcer for NBC, because he'll probably be doing all the like games on NBCSN and stuff like that. And he would also have to quit his Rangers job and his Knicks job, but that's okay because he's the next big NHL hockey announcer, and he's very great. And that's about it on Kim. And I'll be back later, Facebook friends and YouTube followers, and Daily Motion and Twitter, for 3 more video blogs tomorrow. The first video blog will be about the review of the 1995 WWE Royal Rumble pay-per-view from Tampa, Florida at the Sun Dome. And the second video blog will be my 2014-2015 NHL mid-season report. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about personality profile Shaquille O'Neal, also known as Shaq, one of the best NBA centers of all time. And coming soon to these video blogs will be the top 10 players and pitchers in Colorado Rockies history, the top 10 pitchers and players from the Arizona Diamondbacks, more personality profiles, and Julie Broughton and Heidi Pratt's video blogs are coming. 2 cute blondes with nice smiles and great legs. See you later. Good night.